Hello viewers, let us see how to develop a CRUD app using Java and MySQL. Software required is JDK Java Development Kit, MySQL database, Visual Studio Code or any editor, MySQL Driver. So open Visual Studio Code, okay, create a file myframe.java, write the class, public class myframe, extends jframe, myframe is the name of the class, jframe is the frame object in Swing, okay. So write the constructor myFrame. So when an object is created, the constructor will be called. Set the layout of the frame to the null. So if you set the layout to null, we can place the objects at random positions. Set the size of the frame to 500 to 500, width is 500, height is 500. Set visibility to false. So by default it is true, it is false. Set visibility to true. Set default close operation. So when you click the close button, the window will be closed. Create a label. Name of the label is label name. Display text is name. Set the bounds of the label. Set bounds. X coordinate is 5, Y coordinate is 5, width is 50, height is 25. Add the label to the frame. Okay. So similarly, create a text field by name txt name. So width of the text field is 15. Set the bounds of the text field. X coordinate is 60, Y coordinate is 5, width is 120, height is 20. Add the text field to the frame. Now let's see. Save Control S. Go to the command prompt, compile myframe.java, run the file test. So we can see a label and a text field. So when you click the close button, the app will be closed. Now create similarly one more label, label course. Display name is course. Set the bounds of the label. X coordinate is 5, Y coordinate is 35. See, if you see the X coordinate of label name is 5, X coordinate of label course is 5. So both will be aligned vertically. Width is 50, height is 25. Add the label to the panel. Add one more text field, txt course. Width of the text field is 15. So 15 columns can be width of the text field. Set the bounds of the text field. So horizontal position is 60, vertical position is 35. Width is 160, height is 20. Add the text field to the frame. Create one more label, label marks, add it to frame. Create text field, set the bounds, add it to the frame. Now let us see how it looks. Go to command prompt, compile, run. So we can see 3 labels and 3 text fields. Close. Now let us add some buttons. Button add. It is declared here, button J button. The 4 buttons are declared here, so that they can be used in other functions. So create a button, create a J button, button add. Display name is add. Set the bounds. X coordinate is 10, Y coordinate is 95, width is 60, height is 25. Now the Y coordinate of all these 4 buttons is 95, so they will be aligned horizontally. These 4 buttons, button add, button edit, button save and button delete, they will be aligned horizontally. Add this button to the frame. add edit button to the frame, add save button to the frame, add delete button to the frame. Now let us see how it looks. Save, go to the command prompt, compile, run. So we have 3 labels, 3 text fields and 3 buttons. Now let us add a Jdtable to display the records from the database. Create a model, default table model. Initialize it with data and columns. Data is the rows in the table, columns is the header of the table. Create a Jdtable and pass it the model. Okay. Now create a header for the table, table.get table header. Create a panel. So set the panel bounds, set the layout of the panel to the border layout. So add the header to the top of the panel and add the table at the center of the panel. Add some rows to the in the update table method. We are adding the table to the panel and validate. So what is present in the update table we will see later. Now let's compile and save, compile and run and see what is the output. We can't see the table. Yes, and we can see the table here with the records from the database. These are the records present in the database. Now let us see how it works. Class.for name. This is the Jdbc driver. This driver should be present in the directory of the file com.mysql.cg.jdbc.driver. Download this driver. It will be in jar file. Place it in the myframe file folder. Create a connection object, driver manager.get connection. This is the URL, Jdbc mysql. Localhost means the system where the mysql database is running. 3306 is the port. MyDB is the database name. Root is the username. Password is used to login. This is my password. So you give your own password. Display message. Update table. Find the number of rows in the model. If there are any initial rows to the model, remove them. Model.remove row I is the row number. So all the previous rows will be deleted. Prepare a statement PS. Select start from student. Student is the table name. This I have created in the MySQL. Okay. MyDB is the database. Show tables will display the tables. Desk student will display structure of the table. Select start from student. Display the records. So these records are present in the table. Execute the query. So result set will contain the rows from the table. So scroll through the rows while rs.next. Retrieve the column rs.getString 1. So first column will be retrieved. It is the name of the student. Second column is the course of the student. This is the column position. It starts with 1. First column position is 1, second column position is 2, and like that.